What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman. Now, we had a pretty interesting toy leak over the last couple of days that seems to imply that a certain character in Black Widow, and an important one at that, is going to pass away during the film. But not so fast. When you tie it back to another scene during the trailer, it really makes it feel like purposeful misdirection, falling right in line with a plot leak we've had about 6 months ago. We're going to go ahead and issue the normal spoiler warning, then break down this toy spoiler, as well as contextualize it with what we already know from the trailers and the plot leaks, offer our opinion on what's really going on with Yelena Belova. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button, we're giving away 2 PlayStation 4 Pros, as well as a whole slew of other Marvel related stuff, including this insane 1/4 scale XM Studios Beta Ray bill. If you want to be entered to win, all you have to do, hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment on this video, and if you want, stick around to the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. So first things first, obviously the normal spoiler warning. If this is in any way going to ruin your Black Widow experience, we're going to be talking about specific details from the trailer and the plot outcomes, what could or couldn't happen, and possible deaths in the film. If this is in any way going to ruin your experience and or ruin Black Widow or the rest of MCU Phase 4 for you, which also begs the question as to why you're clicking on this video, then go ahead and back out now, otherwise you've been warned. Now, a recent Funko Pop leak that we covered here a while ago at the channel leaked in a more high-def res version this past week, and when it did, you could clearly see a ton of blood, not so much on the doll itself, but in the bottom right-hand corner for the high-def image on the box. There's a ton of blood on that now very famous green vest worn by Natasha Romanoff throughout the entirety of Infinity War. Now, we've already deduced that it's come from Yelena Belova. They made sure in the couple of trailers that we've gotten alone to show Florence Pugh, who plays Yelena Belova, wearing it more than a couple of times, and that's just in the trailer footage, and of course Nat wearing it throughout the entirety of Infinity War with her blonde dyed hair. The implication being that Yelena passes away during this film and that Nat is paying homage to her sister both with her hair and the vest, but not so fast. This entire movie is meant to be about misdirection. That's the whole allegory of a double agent, and I have to be honest, it makes me think twice about everything we've learned about this film, especially in the face of how cavalier people have been in discerning the entire plot of the film and figuring out who Taskmaster's secret identity is. Basically, that's to say, the more right people feel they are this quick, the more wrong I feel like they must be, and there's a lot of misdirection in the trailer itself. So instead of linking this bloody vest to the one shot in one of the trailers that makes it look like Yelena Belova may have taken a bullet and is about to pass away, as read all over Natasha Romanoff's face, there's a different scene in the trailer that makes me think this is misdirection. Nat will leave thinking that her sister has perished, but really they have other plans, and when I say they, I specifically mean Thunderbolt Ross and or AIM, if he happens to be involved with that organization. Now obviously here's the first shot, and we noticed this in the first trailer. We broke it down as part of our original Easter egg breakdown. Yelena Belova does not look like she's in such great shape. You can almost see a little blood around Nat's hand, and if she did indeed take a bullet and is about to die, as would be displayed again all over Natasha Romanoff's face, they could have easily altered this with some CGI for the trailers. Marvel has done in the past a million times, not to make it as clear that she's about to perish, but still perish in front of Black Widow. Is she really dead? And let's take this to a different scene in the trailer where we can clearly see that Yelena Belova is not only about to undergo some sort of surgery, but she's doing so in the presence of what may be the organization AIM. Now look to the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. On that white machinery, you can clearly see the inscription AIM, and we've covered this again here at the channel before, but what we haven't talked about is specifically what's drawn on Yelena Belova's face. You can clearly see the stenciling outline across her forehead that seems to go down around her hairline. Now obviously again, there's no blood in this scene, but with the CGI magic they use to pull off trailer hides all the time, this could actually have happened after the scene we've watched. And with that stenciling on her face, what we had argued here at the channel was, while this may mean the implementation of her very famous visor, more likely the case, it actually implies a face-off between Black Widow and Yelena Belova, something that has happened in the comics before, where Natasha Romanoff and Yelena Belova literally switch faces at Nick Fury's behest in order for her to be able to infiltrate the Thunderbolts, which again, if Thunderbolt Ross is still here in any of the leaks we've heard about the Thunderbolts having their own series coming up in the formation of that supervillain, or should I say anti-hero team, then this would fall right in line with those leaks. But honestly, it goes one step deeper than that, and using comic book origin and canon as something to sort of explain what's going on here, this is where we're going to issue a second spoiler warning, because if this next part ends up becoming true in any way, and again, we're drawing this directly from the comics, this would be a huge twist with huge implications for the MCU along the lines of what Kevin Feige implied we would see during this movie. And that's that the Red Room has been cloning their best soldiers like Yelena Belova and Natasha Romanoff for quite some time in order to quote-unquote rebuild their army, meaning the Natasha Romanoff that we saw that died and or the Yelena Belova we're going to see right before this formation of the Secret Avengers could indeed both be clones or the original with clones in existence. And for some character that's already died, like Natasha Romanoff, as important as she is to the MCU and the original Avengers, and now having a movie, a prequel movie, to kick off Marvel Phase 4, is it possible that Natasha Romanoff will be back in the MCU, not as her original self, the one that we saw during Avengers 1, but as one of these clones from the Red Room? Now, not so fast. That doesn't make as much sense because the clone would somehow have to be imparted with all the memories and kindred experiences from Black Widow. But there is something that does make even more sense, and this comes again directly from the comics. Either Natasha Romanoff, Black Widow herself, using these clones to her advantage, she has done it in the comics, or Thunderbolt Ross and or someone from AIM using these clones to infiltrate the Secret Avengers, which has also happened both ways in the comics. You could have a ton of double crosses here, especially when you introduce clones of the main characters. Then you don't know who really died, who's really who, or what's really going on. And as I mentioned right after the prologue to this video, it's meant to be a spy thriller and an allegory for the double agent, a bunch of misdirection so that we the audience think we know exactly what's going on and we don't. Marvel to run out a prequel in Phase 4 for a character that's already passed away in the MCU seemed a little odd to all of us, and we've been trying to work out who would bring her back. Would someone have returned to the Soul Stone? Did Cap bring her back there? Is there going to be a different Natasha Romanoff going forward? Will Yelena Belova take her place? But if you assume for a second that whatever happens during this movie, it is a clone of Natasha Romanoff, either sent by herself, by AIM or Thunderbolt Ross, to impersonate Black Widow to infiltrate the Secret Avengers, something that Thunderbolt Ross would have been motivated to do from the very beginning, then it means that Natasha Romanoff is still alive somewhere in the MCU. And when you recontextualize that line, I had nothing and then I had this family, that clone may have meant that when she said that to Captain America when she was speaking as Natasha Romanoff. This was a whole new experience for her, and of course having to trade herself for the Soul Stone in lieu of Hawkeye having to sacrifice something he loved. He didn't really sacrifice her, she sacrificed herself, which sort of pseudo-circumvents the fact that if this wasn't really Natasha Romanoff, how would Hawkeye have the connection to her in the first place to be able to trade her for the Soul Stone? Something that's hung over all of those theories since the beginning, and now in this, one small detail that there's actually clones of Yelena Belova and Natasha Romanoff already in existence from the Red Room seems to be able to fix all of this, because A, it would be able to be exchangeable for the Soul Stone as it's technically the same person, and when and if Natasha Romanoff ever returns to the MCU, it'll actually be her, not the one that perished for the Soul Stone on Vermeer, and not the one that we think we've lost forever in the MCU, rather the original Nat from Avengers 1. Guys, let me know all your thoughts down below. Also, one quick detail before I let you go. This also sort of explains why we never really got that reconnection between Banner and Natasha after he returned to Earth for good. Yeah, I know he's Professor Hulk now, but why didn't they end up getting together? Maybe because this clone isn't the original Natasha that had all those romantic feelings. Guys, let me know all your thoughts down below, especially on this later part of the theory. Are you seeing what I'm saying, and does it seem to tie it all together? As well as, do you agree with me in that this is an actual spy thriller? Marvel's not going to run out a movie that we've all already figured out as a lame duck introduction to a brand new phase. Let me know all your thoughts down below, and quickly guys, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. We're still giving away 2 PlayStation 4 Pros, the next of which is at the 650,000 subscriber mark. We're right around the corner from that, about 4,500 subscribers away. If you want to be entered to win, all you have to do, hit the subscribe button, then leave a comment down below. The more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. Make sure to to hit the notification bell with notifications turned on and leave a like on this video. Now that'll automatically enter you to win all of the rest of the prizes that we're announcing here at the channel over the next couple of days and weeks going forward, including this insane XM Studios 1/4 scale Beta Ray Bill statue. Now, if you're not into collectibles, if you don't keep up with companies like Sideshow and XM, these may be new to some of you, but they are absolutely immaculately detailed representations of some of your favorite Marvel characters. This one in particular measuring at almost 30 inches tall. It's over 2 feet, again 1/4 scale, and if you've never seen these things in person, they are absolutely awesome. I recently acquired this one from the Gem Mint collectible store, and he actually did a full in-depth review of this statue. If you want to follow that, I'll make sure to link it somewhere on this video or in the channel. You can find him over at Gem Mint Collectibles. Either way, guys, if you want to be entered to win, this is the prize at 750,000 subscribers as we make our way up to 1 million, and all the same rules will always apply for all of the prizes we announce. Hit the subscribe button and make sure to be a subscriber here at the channel, then leave a comment down below on this video. Because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. The best way to do that is to hit the notification bell with notifications turned on to make sure you keep up to date with our content and drop a like on the video. Guys, my name's Michael Roman. This is Everything Always. Thanks so much for checking out the channel. Those of you who have been rocking with me for the last couple of years, I cannot thank you enough for your support. And if you're just finding the channel, stick around. We post everything Marvel related, everything from the most anonymous 4chan plot leaks that could be real and sometimes do come true, all the way to the official stuff coming from Marvel announcements, trailer breakdowns, and Easter eggs. Thanks for checking out the channel and stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.